Hello everybody, this is Amayirot Akago, and we're back again with Deathgate. Last time we helped expose the elves who were posing as gods to the dwarves, and in the process we freed the Duke Andrews, who was the cousin of King Stephen. And in return he helped us get into the town of Skirvash in order to infiltrate the tower of the Brotherhood, a guild of assassins, in order to get at some of the Sartan artifacts they were keeping there. Among them, hopefully, something that'll tell us how to operate the Kixie Winsy, which in the process will help us locate the piece of the world seal that we are trying to find here in Arianis. Whew. So as you can imagine, not a small feat. And to do that, we first need to get inducted into the Brotherhood by getting the attention of this man, Hugh the Hand.
What do you want? No, cancel that. I don't want to know. All I want is for you to get away from me. I've no time for all of you amateur cutthroats and gutter snipes. Leave me alone.
Well, he's not easily impressed, so we better not bother him until we have something of value to show him.
Yes? How can I help you?
Give me a drink.
Certainly. Do you have any money?
Well, not at the moment. Can I run a tab?
Credit? In Skirvash? You're a funny guy. You're also a deadbeat. Will there be anything else, or should I just throw you out now?
I'm looking for some information.
Haven't we established that you are completely broke? Now, will there be anything else?
Never mind, I'm not as thirsty as I thought.
Very well. Stop back sometime.
Can't get anything done around here without any money, it seems. But I just remembered. The ship's deck overlooks a small city. A rope ladder drops to the ground and stairs lead elsewhere on the ship. One of the soldiers pokes his head out of the tiny quarters at the top of the stairs. He sees you empty-handed. You shrug, and the head disappears back behind the door. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, I just remembered we still had the matter of that locked box in here, and we just picked up this pry bar, so let's see if we can get it open that way. Bingo! You slip the pry bar between the lock and the strongbox lid. With a firm twist and a grunt, you break the lock and the pieces fall to the ground. Anything I can do with the lock? Nah, didn't think so. So, what's in here? Oh! Jewels! And pipes. Well, a pipe. Excellent. Oh. I don't want to go where the soldiers are. We should probably show this to our little helper, since he wanted some money to help us out. How's this?
You're on the right track, but stolen jewels won't do me any good. You might try to fence them for some cash. Take them to the Devil's Workshop. The barkeep might be able to help you.
Okie dokie. Back to the bar. Here you go, mister.
I've got something that I want to sell.
I'd be happy to take a look at it. Let me see. These are dwarven relics. Where did you steal these? They'd be worth more if there wasn't a glut of dwarven artifacts right now.
He scans the room as if challenging anyone to call him a liar.
I'm a little short of funds just now. This is all I can afford for them.
He begins to stack coins onto the bar. As he does so, all eyes in the room are on you, including those of the dark figure in the corner who's been studying the entire exchange. As you pocket the money, the dark figure motions you over.
Well, that's a very impressive haul. Dwarven relics, eh? Even I would have a tough time coming by something that rare.
I admit it took a little doing.
I like you. You don't reveal too much in casual conversation. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hugh the Hand. I represent the Brotherhood, and I'm currently recruiting new members. I'm impressed by your style. Would you be interested in joining?
Of course I'm interested. What low-life cutthroat wouldn't be?
Very good. Now you are still very unproven. The theft of the dwarven artifacts was enough to draw my eye, but you're not blooded. I'm going to require a contract before I can apprentice you.
A contract? I don't know. This sounds dangerous.
Dangerous? Of course. That's what we do. You shouldn't have agreed if you weren't prepared to follow through.
Who's the target?
There is a merchant who lives on the edge of town. He has angered the Brotherhood. He's overstepped his authority and must be eliminated in order to set an example for the rest of his kind. Do you understand?
Do you have any information about this man?
Certainly. Most importantly, you should know that he wears an amulet. It is magic and protects him from all harm. Also, you should know that he knows that the Brotherhood is out to eliminate him. We've already tried once unsuccessfully. Since then, he's taken some precautions. He's had the front door reinforced and the lock changed as well. We believe that he's currently holed up there in the house.
If he lives in such a fortress, how do you expect me to get inside?
Isn't that what you do? Break in. I'm sure you've had more difficult jobs than this.
Anything else I should know about this merchant?
There are rumors that he keeps a secret journal. I'm not sure how that would help you, since I'm asking you to kill him, not investigate him.
A magic amulet that protects him from harm? Won't that make killing him rather difficult?
Yes. The fact that he is never without it might hamper you as well. Consider this a true test of your skills.
All right, let's get on with this.
Very well. Will there be anything else before you leave?
Where can I find him?
His house is not hard to find. It is the most expensive house in town. Follow the road to the southeast. You'll come across it soon.
What should I do after I finish the job?
I will require proof that you have eliminated him. Since he's said that he would die before being separated from his amulet, I believe that that will suffice. When you have finished, bring the amulet here to me. That should be enough.
This sounds pretty serious. Why haven't you taken care of him before? Why ask me?
We sent a man out. He didn't come back. If you succeed, then you have earned a place in the Brotherhood. If you fail, then we haven't lost another man. It is as simple as that.
All right, I'm on the job.
Very good. Remember, when you have finished, bring back his amulet. That will be proof enough of his death. Please, don't insult me by running away. It would be such a bother to track you down and kill you.
Flashing an evil smile, he leans back into shadow. Oh boy, what have we gotten ourselves into? Been in town for like 5 minutes and we're already being contracted to kill a guy.
With this money, I can get the items we need.
Before you can say a word, the street rat grabs your pile of cash and runs out. I guess I should wait a little while for him to come back.
I got him! The information and the lockpick.
Tell me about this lockpick.
It's custom. There's never been another made like it. Look at it. The lockpick has been designed to open any type of lock, no matter how complex.
I guess it'd be handy if I, the master of unlocking, would take it with me.
Only one of the prongs will fit into each lock. Once you've placed that prong inside the keyhole, you'll be able to move it certain ways. Each movement will make a specific sound. According to the locksmith, the lockpick will make a distinct sequence of 3 noises before the lock springs. He didn't tell me what that series of sounds was, but he said it would be the same for every lock.
Sounds like they made this needlessly complicated.
Tell me about the information.
I bought it from an ex-member of the Brotherhood. He claims that this parchment contains the codes to open the tower's treasure room. There's no way to verify it without actually getting inside the tower, so I had to buy it at face value. I don't really understand it anyway. I have no idea what the first line, "Buy their time to die," means. The second line is a list of continents above Skirvash that partially obscure the sun throughout the month. We can't see which one it is at this time of day because the sun is behind the tower. Overall, I don't know how to use this information, but it might come in handy.
Guess I'm gonna have to figure that out as I go along.
How much did it all cost?
As I suspected, it cost everything I had. Sorry there's no change.
He smiles innocently and shrugs.
What can you tell me about the wealthy merchant on the edge of town?
He was the most prominent and successful merchant in town until a couple of weeks ago. Then he just dropped out of sight. Rumor had it that he had a run-in with the Brotherhood. Maybe it had something to do with the stiff taxes the Brotherhood places on any transaction in Skirvash. I always thought that he'd be safe from the Brotherhood. He has a magic amulet that keeps him from harm, and he's never without it. That's about all I know, except I heard that he keeps a journal hidden away inside his house. I hope that helps, although I can't imagine how.
Good work. Expensive, but good. I'll take it from here.
Thank you. I think you'll find that in the long run, it will be worth far more than what you paid.
Let's hope so. Okay, now let's go find this merchant's place. You start to wander down the alley, but end up splashing through progressively deeper puddles of some unidentifiable liquid. You really don't like what it smells like, though, so you turn back before you get soaked. Really? Oh well, guess I shouldn't worry about that. This is the place. The house looks expensive, more so than even its closest neighbors, but it is also abandoned. Let's see if that lockpick was worth the money we paid for it. You gently slip the lockpick inside the heavy iron lock. After it slides solidly into place, you carefully examine the lock, trying to decide how to manipulate the lockpick to unlock the door. Jiggle? Tick. Thunk. Clack. Must have done something wrong. Oh, goody. So I'm supposed to just mess around with this until I somehow figure out the correct sequence? Thunk. Tick. Clack. We could be here a while, folks. Oh, well, that was easy. Just turned off the recording for a minute while I messed around with it, but I somehow figured it out. Okay, we're inside. Goody. Here's a poetry book. More reading. Love poems. Daw. I reckon there's some clues in here. The wind. Oh, 2 pages. That's it. Okay. That's easy. She lifts from the mist in the morn, she breathes the first air of the day, she flies toward the rise as she's born, but dies before she's away. When time comes for wine, she doth linger, and trails her hand in the stream. She knows as it flows through her fingers, it is far deeper than it seems. Beware of the rare time she toils, she wears down mountains in her path. The friends she depends on are loyal, but all else should fear of her wrath. She sings of all things in her chorus, the rustle of leaves is her song. Betrayed by the shade of the forest, the time when dark falls sees her gone. Okay. As I recall, that has something to do with this clock right here. Strange that the clock was left here when all the other furnishings were taken. Closer examination reveals that the clock is bolted to the mantle. You also see that the only moving part is its one hand. It has no winding key, no gears or wheels, and therefore, as far as you can tell, no way to keep time. Yeah. The passages of the poem referred to all these different times of day. So we have to figure out which order they go in. Yeah, but the thing is, it's not what this end points to, but this end points to what that matters. That took me a while to figure out the first time I went through this. Let's have a look at that poem again, seeing which order these times of day come. Lifts from the mist in the morn, that's misty morn. When time comes for wine, she doth linger, that's wine time. Beware of the rare time she toils, toil time. Then dark time. That doesn't say anything about mid-cycle, so I guess that either comes in the middle, or I just have to skip that one. I'm going to assume it's the former. Okay. I think I got this figured out. Let's try it. So, Misty Morn. Wine time. Wine time. How do I set it to wine time? Oh, duh. Mid-cycle, I guess. Huh? Wait, there's only 3? Well, I got this backwards. Let's try again. Misty Morn. Wine time. And then we'll go right over to toil time. Aha! One of the stones surrounding the fireplace pops open. Inside the compartment, you discover a leather-bound journal. Goody! More stuff to read. I'm not used to keeping a journal, but my thoughts are in turmoil, and I have no one to talk with about them. I figured that by writing down my feelings, I might be able to sort through them. Put simply, I have met a woman. She's incredible. She's beautiful, rich, and well-bred. The perfect match for me. I saw her in the gardens. She was sitting at the fountain, looking over the flowers, and she said in a melodious voice, "Everything here is so beautiful. I love it so much." She breathed heavily and pouted. She was so cute that I had to approach. I snuck up behind her and whispered, "How much?" She looked rather startled, but recovered nicely, obviously recognizing me as the most successful merchant in the city. "The garden takes me away from my horrible life," she replied. "I love it more than anything, truth be told." "That was before you met me," I stated. She giggled, and at that moment I knew that she was for me. I've never met anyone that I've reacted to so strongly. I must have her. Normally women pursue me. I am the most successful merchant in the city, and the notoriety of my magic amulet is widespread. But I've never invested so much of myself in one woman. If she won't have me, I don't know what I'll do. More later. How long is this going to go on for? Okay, so he fell in love with this girl, and some stuff happened. He had a portrait of himself made, then the Brotherhood came along, and so he made a run for it. Anyway, this portrait seems interesting. Let's see if maybe we can talk to the guy who it depicts. I love this spell. You form the spell in the air. The glowing lines float over to the mural and sink into the surface. An uneven circle, like a hole in the painting, pulls back from the center to the frame, leaving something like a doorway into the scene. A figure stands uncomfortably in the center of an artist's studio. You climb onto the mantle and into the painting. You find yourself standing in the artist's studio, facing a young man, awkwardly holding himself in a stiff pose.
Hello, my good man. Have you seen the artist? I'm getting very tired of standing in this position.
I like this guy already.
I am the new artist. Please, don't move. The light is perfect on you.
New artist? I commissioned a mural from Leonard Bogash, not from some apprentice no name. Run along and get my artist before I get peeved with you. Go now.
Before you know what you're doing, you've taken a step back from his onslaught, out of the painting, and you tumble onto the floor. After you leave the portrait, the spell wears off and the portal closes. Okay, that didn't go so well. Let's try that again. Reality Pocket. Abacadooby. He's gonna take a little harder to convince than I thought. Told me to tell you to take a break.
Yes, he told me to tell you to take a break.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. That position had me stiffening up. Not really worth the effort, if you ask me. I'm only doing it to fill time anyway. Who are you, by the way?
By the way...
I'm a messenger from your wife-to-be. She sent me with the dowry information you've been waiting for.
Oh? What does my little doe want?
It's quite simple. She wants your magic amulet.
She wants my amulet? My most prized possession? I don't believe it. How do I know you aren't lying?
Do you think I would be so stupid as to try to lie to such an obviously intelligent and perceptive man?
Well, yes, of course. However, I must verify this information, as I'm sure you understand. I can't just give away something this valuable to someone who claims to be a messenger from my fiancée. The person she was to send was supposed to know some very personal facts about her, things no one besides me would know. If you can answer these questions, I'll believe you are who you say. First, can you tell me what her favorite bedtime story was?
And this is why we read the journal.
The bouncing beans?
Interesting. Now, tell me this. How many stepping stones were there over the old creek where we used to meet?
Ah, shit, I missed that part.
Aha! It's a trick question. There were no stones. There was a bridge.
A good try, but not entirely accurate. I'm afraid that knowing and not guessing is a requirement of the job you claim to hold. I'll have to ask you to leave. Now.
He advances towards you and you reflexively take a step back, tumbling out of the painting and onto the stone floor. Ouch. It seems I'm gonna have to brush up on that journal a bit. Be back in a minute. Okay, I read the book again. There were 5 stepping stones.
5?
There's only one more. What did I whisper to my lady the first time we met?
How much?
That's correct. You've answered all of my questions. I have no choice but to believe that you are who you claim to be. As I have told my lady, I would give up anything to be with her. She obviously wishes to test this promise by asking for my most prized possession. I will give it to you in hopes that she will realize that my love for her surpasses any material item.
He sighs heavily as he removes the amulet from around his neck and hands it to you. You bow and walk away, out of the painting and back into the house. After you leave the porch, the spell wears off and the portal closes. Ooh, a lovely silver amulet, which glows a very faint white. Whew, well, didn't go exactly as planned, but we got our prize. Got what the guy asked for.
I didn't think you could do it. Now I have no doubts that you're perfect for the Brotherhood. Come with me.
Hugh accepts the amulet with surprise. He strides to the door with you tagging behind. He leads you up to the front of the tower. With motions too quick to follow, rendered in the blink of an eye, he has opened a concealed door. He ducks inside and motions you to follow.
This is the Tower of the Brotherhood, my friend. You'll come to know it well. To the right is the storeroom where we keep the key crystals. You'll learn more about those after you've joined. In front is the legendary treasure room, and to the left is the initiation room. It is here that we go. I noticed that you've taken a beating recently. This healing salve should help. A good assassin is never without it. Wait here. I will be back in an hour or so to proceed with the initiation. Try not to think about the pain involved.
He walks out, grinning evilly. Okay, we're in. And if he comes back, we'll be in a whole heap of trouble, so probably a good time to save. We need to get into the treasure room and get out before anybody knows what's up. Yeah. Faded stains that look suspiciously like blood. Oh, that is blood. And I have absolutely no idea how we're going to get in there. just gonna have to figure this out as we go along again. Crab apples. I can't remember the right sequence to do this anymore. But that probably took way too long, so I'm going to die any minute now. Oh well. Light radiates from a huge gem in the ceiling onto a stone statue of a woman wearing a green crystal necklace. We're going to need that if we're going to get at the treasure. The gem is larger than any jewel you've ever seen. It is set in the ceiling and throws a circle of magic light onto the floor below. The statue is the exquisitely carved form of a beautiful woman. A green crystal necklace is draped over her shoulders. She stands in a field of light produced by a huge gem set into the ceiling. We can't just reach out and grab it. You reach towards the crystal necklace. As your hand touches the field of light, pain races up your arm. You quickly retract your burning fingers. Let's see. Can we grab it with the pry bar? No. The shear? Or is there some way we can block the light somehow? What have I got in my inventory? I got the zinger. Maybe the doll. Hang on, hang on. We have that spell to animate the doll. Will it work on the statue? Motion. Aha! You trace the lines of the spell into the air. The magic envelops the statue. For a few moments, nothing seems to happen. Suddenly, the still form quivers. Stone legs, never intended to walk, uproot themselves. The statue begins to move jerkily towards you. With every step, it breaks apart. Stone fragments fall away from newly made joints. As soon as it has made its way outside of the glowing field, it collapses in a heap. The crystal necklace remains on the statue's neck, but safely outside the killing field. Yoink! Alright, that wasn't so bad. Now what? Got all these different hands. From what the kid told me, this information is what I needed to figure out the correct combination. By their time to die. Sharthea, Hesthea, Shegra, Oilandia, Aristagon. Better write this down. Great. What does that mean? You sneak toward the outer door, but there's no way to get by the guard there. There was a little window here. You climb onto the stain table and flip open the shuttered window. The sun bursts through the opening, somewhat obscured by the distinct shape of the floating continent of Hesthea. Hesthea. The name Hesthea was under the word there on the paper. So, I'm guessing that's an acronym. T-H-E-I-R. So, Topaz. H. Hyacinth. Emerald. Iron. And ruby? There's no other R, right? Damn, I'm good. The ruby hand slides into the wall and then pops out again. You hear a quiet rumble, like hidden gears turning. Slowly, the wall splits and swings open to reveal a hidden chamber beyond. Let's get in there quickly before someone comes back. For a treasure room, this chamber is surprisingly bare. Its only distinguishing feature is the platform in the center. You step onto the wide platform to get a better view of the entire room. Yep, just place the necklace on there. You lay the crystal necklace on the pedestal onto the indentations that frame the flattened top. Light erupts from the pedestal and soon envelops the entire chamber. When your eyesight is cleared, you notice that the room is filled with treasure. Coins and gems, of course, but also ancient artifacts of inestimable value. Yep, that's how the whole doohickey works. Place the necklace on the pedestal, and all the treasure gets warped out of the otherware and into our reality. Book of Prion. Ooh. That has a symbol on it, right? We're gonna need that to get there. It's a crystal globe. A handbook. Uh-oh. On your way back, you slip on some of the loose gems lying on the floor. You fall headfirst onto the hard surface of the platform. The impact stirs an involuntarily yelp of pain. The noise echoes out the opening in the wall down the tower's main hall. Before you can get to your feet, a guard comes bursting in the chamber, led by Hugh himself.
I like you. You're a thief after my own heart. Unfortunately, we can't suffer someone who's tried to steal from the Brotherhood to live. I'll try to make this as painless as possible.
He draws out a wicked-looking dirk and advances toward the platform. Uh-oh. So how are we going to get out of this one? Well, if you notice exactly where they are standing... I don't know, should they move a little closer first? Hugh steps up onto the platform and with one graceful movement slides the blade deep into your heart. You don't feel much pain, but are very aware when your heart ceases to function. Oops. Oh, crap. Restore. I thought start over meant start over from the last position. Okay.
I like you.
As you may have garnered from what I was trying to do before, they're standing right on top of the treasure. So all I have to do is take away this necklace and... So long, suckers! You snatch the key crystals from the pedestal. This causes the contents of the room to be transported back to the space between realities. Fortunately for you, this doesn't include the person standing on the platform. Unfortunately for Hugh and the guard, this happens to include them. Wearing expressions of disbelief, they fade away along with the remainder of the treasure. Damn, that felt good.
I can't believe it! You got out of the tower alive! No thief has ever survived! We've got to get out of here. Skirvash isn't safe for either of us. The Brotherhood rules this city, and they'll kill us when they find us.
You race back to the elven ship with the street rat in tow. King Stephen's troop captain hauls up the rope ladder as you climb aboard. A few hand signals from the captain sends the crew scurrying, and shortly the ship lifts off.
I've decided to stay on board until we reach the Valkyrian Isles, where Stephen rules. I think I can live much better in human lands. I'll need these to get started. You understand, I'm sure.
Smiling, you climb down the ladder and wander into the dwarven caverns. From that vantage, you watch the ship depart into the stormy sky. You take inventory of your possessions and note that the rat has also lifted the necklace of key crystals. Oh well, fair payment. Now, let's have a look at that Book of Prion. Yeah, like I thought, it includes the naming rune for the realm. So that's where we're going to be going after this, but we'll leave this book for later. Now, as for this handbook, the Kixie Winsey Handbook. Yeah, this will tell us exactly how we need to operate it in order to reach that cave we need to get into to find the World Seal. And what's this globe? A perfect hollow globe forged from flawless crystal. Undoubtedly, its worth is incalculable for its craftsmanship alone. However, it is also a Sartan relic as well. Now, before we do anything else... Or, well, first of all, since we have this candle holder for Limbeck, we can exchange it for the pipe he's got.
This is much better than the pipe I was using. It's very thoughtful of you to offer it.
Startled, Limbeck looks up at you and then at the silver candlestick holder in your hand. He gingerly removes the candle from the straight pipe, hands the pipe over to you to hold, and jams the candle into the holder. Enthralled, sets it down on the corner of the table, admiring the holder and completely forgetting about the pipe. Sweet. So now we should have all the pipes to fix that leak that old Grapple was still sitting underneath. But this old pipe isn't going to cooperate, considering everything is going to come spilling out of it if we use it to patch this up. So that's why we got the cork. Wedge the cork into one end of the T-pipe fitting. Is that right? I guess it has to be. Now, let's see if we can do something about this. I guess we jam the cork in later. Okay. Simple little jigsaw to get these pipes up and running again. At least I hope we have all the pipes that we need. There's no way I have all the pipes yet. Yeah, can't quite bridge the gap with the pieces that you have. I'm still missing something. So where could the last pipe be? Oh, are you fucking kidding me? It was right here. Let's hope that'll be enough to get this thing going. Take two. No. Yeah, yes! Yes! I got it! You carefully set all the fittings in place and make a connection between the two ends of the broken pipe section. It looks rather bizarre, but appears stable. But, as I mentioned, there's still that bit that's open, so that's why we stick the cork in there. Turn the valve. The valve produces a squeal as you turn it, which is soon accompanied by a low rumble. You hear the flow travel through the pipes along the wall and into the new section. Soon the whole room is filled with happy pumping sounds, and the old dwarf brightens up considerably.
Now what do you want?
It's a little help.
You agreed that once the gods were gone and the pipes were fixed, you'd answer my questions.
That was ideal, I suppose. And since you did fix the Kixie Winsy, I guess I could spin a tale or two with you. What was it you wanted to know?
I'm looking for a piece of the world seal. It's a hexagonal piece of metal with a symbol etched onto it. I thought you might know where I could find it.
I don't remember any world seal. The only thing that comes close was a big statue I found years back in a chamber in one of the old tunnels. Carved into the base of the statue was a symbol framed by a hexagon. Something like the one you describe.
Where was this chamber located?
I found it when I was tracing a mineral vein that the Kixie Winsy was mining. But since the Kixie Winsy filled up the tunnel leading to it, I've forgotten precisely where it was located. If I had one of the old maps, I might be able to locate it. But I doubt such a map even exists anymore.
That's all. Thanks for the help.
Yeah, sure.
Well, it just so happens I have that map right here.
Hey, this is a geological survey map of the entire continent. Let me look at it. Here's where I discovered that statue with the symbol. It was in this vein of iron ore. I remember that vein clearly. I saved a lump of the ore somewhere. Look closely at the grain. That vein was one of the best.
He continues to ramble on about the old days, but you've stopped paying close attention. Okay. Thanks, old man. As I recall, we just stuffed this iron ore right here into the Kixie Winsy. As soon as you slip the piece of iron ore into the small compartment, its door slams shut. Lights flare and whistles blare all over the panel. Behind you, the giant digger machine chuffs. Its drill jerks into motion and starts to spin, gradually increasing speed. Puffs of steam toot and hiss randomly from holes. When the drill is no more than a blur, the whole machine trundles toward the wall and melts into as if the wall were butter. Soon it disappears from sight, leaving a dark tunnel behind. Success! A tall statue of a Sartan is surrounded by crystal caskets. A roughly hewn tunnel runs off to the west. Arianis' naming room is etched into the base of the statue. Undoubtedly, this is what the old dwarf remembered. So where is the world seal piece? The statue of a robed Sartan, much larger than life, lords over the room, his hands outstretched as if asking for something. This globe, maybe? Gingerly, you place the crystal globe in the pleading hands of the statue. As it clinks into place, the statue's eyes alight with a blue fire. Shafts of the light pierce down through the globe. Internal facets distort the light as it passes through the crystal, so that when it has emerged from the other side, the light outlines a hexagonal shape on the ground. The ground shakes, the section of rock floor outlined by the blue light melts away, and Arianis' seal piece rises in its place. Suddenly the crystal coffins open, revealing hundreds of Sartan, all very dead. The entire experience is rather macabre. Well, 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 the plot thickens. But hey, we got the seal piece. So, the Sartan were still around, but not in the best of shape. Every one of the coffins is filled by a Sartan body. All of them are dead as doornails. So what's up with that, eh? Well, I guess that's something we'll have to ponder next time, when we return to the Nexus and hand over our prize to Lord Tsar, and then make our way to Prion. So, I hope you enjoyed this little adventure of ours, as we finished the first part of Deathgate. So, I'm Amayirot. Thank you for watching, and see you all next time. Bye-bye.